Welcome to a brand new season of Industry Leaders. You'll meet people with real passion who through dedication and hard work became our industry leaders. They'll share their inspirational stories of resilience and hope as they advance their chosen industry. On this episode of Industry Leaders, we'll visit market leaders in premium quality range hoods and immerse ourselves in the gold rush days at Sovereign Hill. But first, a commercial law firm with a commitment to innovation. Legal Vision CEO Lachlan McKnight brings together lawyers and technologists to deliver efficient and cost-effective legal solutions. Industry Leaders, brought to you by Annex Media.
I grew up all over the world. I went to 13 different schools as a kid. Lived in Darwin, lived in Sydney, lived in Melbourne, lived in France, lived in England, lived in Canada. I've sort of grown up all over. Legal Vision started about 5 years ago now. The first idea we had when we started the business was to provide legal services online rather than in a traditional way. When we started, we were really focused on selling online legal documents. We found the market was too niche for that, and we had a lot of clients coming to us saying, look, I don't want to use your online legal documents, I just want to have a lawyer do the work for us. So we pivoted our business model and really morphed into what is now a law firm that does things more efficiently. Growing up in lots of different countries and going to lots and lots of different schools has made a difference to me personally in the way that I run this business. I'm very comfortable with change. So we're constantly changing the way that we're doing things. We're constantly pivoting, thinking of different ways of running the business. And I'm very, very comfortable with that because I'm used to change.
How'd you feel Sunday morning after that wedding? That's the total amount, but then there'll be...
We provide business law services to small and medium enterprises, so SMEs, and large enterprises as well. Our model's really to work as much as possible on a fixed fee basis, so very different to a traditional law firm, which will generally work on an hourly rate, and you'll get the work when the lawyer feels like giving it to you. We cover all areas of business law, so any type of legal service that a business needs, we can assist with. We offer the opportunity to talk to us online, on live chat, to give us a call, to jump on Skype, to really get the legal service that you need in a pretty quick and efficient way. If you want to come into the office, we have offices in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. You can come in, talk to our lawyers, but what we find is about 20% of clients choose to do that. The remaining 80% are really looking for that different style of interaction with their lawyer. Our mission is to transform legal services, and we really feel that the legal industry is ripe for disruption. There's a huge opportunity for law firms like ours to really change the way in which legal services are delivered to clients. And that goes firstly to the way in which clients are attracted to a business. So for us, we offer 4,000 free articles on our website, providing free information to clients, for small, medium businesses in particular, so that they can understand their rights and obligations under the law. When launching a business, there are always times when you think, I'm not going to make it. And it's quite difficult to deal with mentally. Early on, finding product market fit was a challenge. We had to change our business model a couple of times to really end up delivering what clients want. And over the years, a big challenge with scaling has been hiring the right people at a velocity, at a speed at which we're growing. But for us, it all came down to that underlying philosophy that legal services could be transformed. Thought we could do it a lot better. We have built a business that does it a lot better, and it's that sort of belief early on that sustained us. We've got a fantastic legal team here at Legal Vision. What they're really motivated by is helping businesses of all sizes, but in particular small and medium businesses, and really making a difference to those businesses' day-to-day existence. It means that when you're speaking to a Legal Vision lawyer, you're speaking to someone who truly cares about what they're doing. Our legal service is very much dedicated to providing cost-effective and quick solutions to clients. And we know that in the SME business space, the cost-effective and quick solutions is the most important thing to clients. So over the last 5 years, we've hit a lot of milestones and had a huge number of achievements for a firm which is really quite young. A couple of big ones, we're now Australia's most visited legal services website. The second one is that we won New Law Firm of the Year at the Australian Law Awards last year. But I think the most significant achievement for me over the last few years has been the sheer number of clients that we've serviced. Over 8,000 clients is, for me, a real achievement. Legal Vision is a market leader in this disruption of legal services, and it's something that we're quite proud of. We need other law firms to start changing the way in which they deliver value to clients as well. That's what leadership's about. It also keeps us on our toes. It means that we need to constantly innovate, find new ways of doing things, make sure we're staying ahead of the game. So leadership in this industry is, for us, pretty vital because we want to be at the forefront of technological and business changes. The future at Legal Vision is really exciting. There's a massive amount of opportunity in Australia and internationally for the type of legal services that we provide. We want to keep growing very, very quickly because we think that there's many more businesses out there that we can assist. The legacy we hope to leave behind is in the businesses that we've assisted. And it's the success that those businesses will go on to achieve that's going to be our legacy. We've made a huge difference to so many businesses in Australia, and we want to continue to do that.
Stay tuned for the pure gold of Australia's foremost outdoor museum, Ballarat's Sovereign Hill. We'll step back in time to the main street of the gold rush days of the 1850s with the Hill's marketing director, Jennifer Gansky.
People come 3 times in life. They come as a child, they come as a parent, and they come as a grandparent. When you engage with one of our interpreters, you're really getting an experience that would have happened in 1850. The idea of being able to go back in time and immerse yourself is really appealing. It's time travel, and I think there's some magic in that. Sovereign Hill has allowed millions of visitors over the years to come and connect with a key component in Australian history. I originally arrived in Australia on my gap year and then came and went to university. So I fell in love in my first 12 months here and ended up staying.
These soldiers, they stop for nothing. They're worse than horses. If you were in the way, they will run right over you. Don't believe me? Turn around and have a look. There they are right down there. Halt! Advance! Halt!
Sovereign Hill started as a passion project of the community. It was started 48 years ago by a few key members of our community that really felt passionate about the gold rush that happened here in between 1850 and 1860 in Ballarat. The gold rush was what made Melbourne the city of gold, the incredible architectural wonder that it is, and really built the backbone of our democratic process and achievements in Victoria. This has been an incredible opportunity to learn and see what really makes Australian have-a-go attitude. And the Eureka Rebellion, which was at the core of the 1850s gold rush, really tells that tale. When you come to Sovereign Hill, you get the opportunity to really go back in time. You step into the street and it's really just like life was in 1850s. And you get to be a part of that. You get to go and meander through the community, meet with interpreters, go down in a gold mine, share theatrically in a really interesting way what life would have been like as a miner arriving here. A few of the great activities that I think every visitor should experience when they come to Sovereign Hill is you got to pan for gold. That's an incredible experience. That is at the core of what drove people to move here in the first place. I would also say watching the historical redcoats march up the street and shoot the muskets, you feel like you are right back in 1850. You're getting to participate in what would have happened in daily life. We have a great connection with the rare trades and the wheelwrights and the blacksmiths and many of those activities that connect us with trades that we no longer practice. There's an incredible resilience in still offering them here at Sovereign Hill and a great interest from around the world with us maintaining them. Walking around Main Street, you still have that incredible opportunity to go into the retail. And of course, we have the famous confectioners with the raspberry drops. Everybody remembers the raspberry drops from their childhood, getting to be here as a kid and lining up at the confectionery store. That's still probably one of the most popular activities to do. I think what people love the most about Sovereign Hill is that you can choose a unique experience for yourself depending on what age you're at. When you're little, it's panning for gold. It's that magic of finding something and that driver that made everybody come from around the world here in the first place. As you grow up, you might have an interest in engineering and some of the great rare trades that Sovereign Hill specializes in. And then I think as well, it's just that magical imagination of being someone that no longer is living. You get to put a costume on and participate in life in a really interesting way. What drives me in the morning and gets me out of bed at work at Sovereign Hill is just that incredible challenge of retelling that tale every day in a new and interesting way as our market evolves. We have seen over 800,000 visitors each year, and each day has international visitation. You have school groups. You have incredible film and television crews that want to tap into this great history. So each day is really different, and it's a lot of fun.
Still to come on Industry Leaders. Find out why the spectacular Sovereign Hill's commitment to authenticity and entertainment sees this tourism icon judged as one of Australia's best historic and cultural experiences, time after time since opening in 1970.
Sovereign Hill started as a passion project of the community. When you come to Sovereign Hill, you get the opportunity to really go back in time. It's time travel, and I think there's some magic in that. Sovereign Hill, as one of its core integral practices, has all staff wear a costume and go out and participate in the activations. So I myself get to don up as a Victorian lady and meet and greet and practice etiquette from the 1850s. I really do love wearing my costume, but I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of layers. As a woman in 2018, I really appreciate not having a hoop. I think the most rewarding part for me working at Sovereign Hill is the staff. It's the incredible people that put the time in. We have over 250 volunteers, families that just come and dress up and learn the history. I'm really inspired by that, and I think that that's the most important thing. I think as a team, we really have some strong achievements that we can hang our hat on. I would say the Winter Wonder Lights and Christmas in July program saw our growth from 22,000 visitors in July now up to 110,000 visitors. And that's in 4 short years. It's been an incredible addition to our event process and a really strong driver of changing demographics. We now have an incredible following in the young adventurer, the youth of today who want to capture an Insta moment.
And when we pour the gold, we'll have 99.99% pure gold and 24 karat gold, leaving in the crucible of rust with the impurities. So that's when the industrial blacksmith would then pour into gold bars or ingots.
I think the biggest challenges that happen day to day at Sovereign Hill are the same things that make it magical. We represent 10 years in time. That's a really strong challenge to keep people interested in. And the farther away we get from history, the more challenging it is to really connect with people on that, because so much has happened since. Sovereign Hill has faced some times where it's been really quite tough. I think after the financial crash in 2007, people were really holding tight on their discretionary spending. You weigh it out, you ensure that you have interesting products, and you make sure that what you're offering is something unique and a cut above. And I think Sovereign Hill has mastered that. Innovation is at the core of it, being able to reimagine, reinvent, find a new angle, and experience something in that core 10 years that we represent that maybe hadn't been explored yet. For our future, we're really looking at how you can engage with Sovereign Hill after dark. We're just getting ready to open a series of 4 escape rooms within the museum, as well as looking at if we had a hotel on site, what you could do at Sovereign Hill in the evenings that's independent of your daytime outdoor museum experience. And that's a lot of fun to decide and recreate. As a legacy that I'd like to leave behind in my time when I finish up at Sovereign Hill, it would really be about engagement. Having marketing and communications at the core of all the various departments, from museums to engineering to operations and retail, really helping everybody understand the importance of sharing the message with the broader public. The whole staff that interface with the public are the core importance of the organization. It's a lot of effort to put on a costume, find a living history, wear it around, and share that with people. And engage with the public. I really admire that passion that people have. The story lives on at Sovereign Hill. It's a really great way to come and re-experience a history that you may not have thought about in a while, and one that makes our nation really proud.
Ahead on Industry Leaders, an Australian-owned business that's manufactured our finest range hoods for the past 40 years. Director of Sales, Kate Scanlon, examines how Condari has grown from a local operation to a company with offices Australia-wide and exports internationally.
When I was young, people frequently wouldn't have a range hood. They might just have a fan in their kitchen. But there was also a big change within the design movement. So the kitchen stopped being a room and the open plan concept came into being. So smoke, odour, grease and steam, we wanted all those things out of the kitchen and we want it done quietly. And it's become really something that's quite beautiful that people have as a centre point of their kitchen. My kitchen, where I grew up, it was brown and orange, which was quite common back then. But no, there was no ventilation. A lot of people would have had a plastic sort of a range hood that made a lot of noise but didn't really move the air anywhere. It wasn't ducted, so it really didn't have any effect. So you'd walk in and you could smell what was cooking for dinner.
This is what I'm talking about.
Quasi Range Hood started in 1972, so it was originally started by a German engineer named Helmut Goetz, and the two John Keatings purchased the company in 1988. Previously, most of the product that we used here in Australia came from Europe, and it just didn't work the way we needed it to work here in Australia. In Europe, they call it a lean meat griller, whereas we call it a barbecue. There's a lot of fat and smoke and odours in the kitchen, and that all needed to be removed. So there was a big niche in the market, a void, and they came up with this product that was able to fill that void. Now people have a whole range of different appliances they cook on, so they have barbecues indoors, they have griddle plates and teppanyaki plates, they have induction hot plates which have a whole different set of problems. What we do is we create a solution to whatever the cookware is underneath. So we work with finishes like copper and brass and glass and highly polished mirror finish stainless steel, and to be able to create something that no one else can, we think it's really gratifying that we're in that position and be at the forefront of design and innovation in our industry. We have a product called Rangecraft, and that's a recirculating range hood. It's got a plasma norm filter in it, which is similar to the filters that's used in space. The grease and smoke and odours are actually zapped, the molecular structure changes, and it's returned back into the home as purified air. We also have our Condor outdoor barbecue product. People think it's not really that important because it's an outdoor area, but if it's enclosed on 2 or 3 or even 4 sides, they put a barbecue in there that's got a huge heat output. They're cooking sausages and chops and chicken breasts, all those fatty things, and there's a lot of smoke. So it's really, really important to get that category right. And we have a new parameter that we're working with, which is called the passive home. So this is for people that are wanting a zero environmental impact, so that nothing's released out into the environment without replacing that air inside. The environment stays the same within the home. We have 2 owners of our company who are both called John Keating. They're not related to each other. They're forefathers in our industry. They've been around for a very long time. So they're really inspirational in the way that they've gone about being successful in an extremely competitive market, a market that's really dominated by European brands. People automatically think that if something's coming from Europe, if it's Italian or German, it's of a superior quality. That's not always the case, and people say to me all the time, you know, we're happy to buy Australian provided the quality's there. It was hard from that point of view, but what we did is we worked with the design community, and once we got those sort of people on board, things have just really travelled along quite quickly, and we still do experience growth on growth on growth every year, so we're very lucky in that regard. I am very passionate about my job. It's a really exciting industry, and because we're a manufacturer in Australia and one of the last remaining manufacturers of kitchen appliances, that's really exciting to be able to respond so quickly to what the market demands of us. There are a lot of people at our company that have been with us for 10, 15, 20 years or more. It's a really close team, so we have about 60 staff that we employ throughout Australia, and everyone works really cohesively together. We're all very passionate about our product. We think our product has a great story and a great history, and we love having the opportunity to tell people about it.